things where I see a whole bunch of people doing the hokey pokey. When I see people doing the hokey pokey and I see they're talking about things that I know very well they're not having they're lying to people. I just won't believe in anything. Oh, okay, I'll say it. The Orishas. I won't believe anything people will say about the Orishas because most of them will talk about it. I know for a fact they're not telling the truth because it's tangible things that don't make sense. Like it's not real. But I realize the reason why they're not telling the truth is because the Orishas only contact those of the bloodline. So when I found out that the Orishas are real, but the people who are most progenerating it most likely aren't having real contact, I found out that they were real because when they are truly from the bloodline that the Orishas have had generations of being in alignment with, they come to you. I didn't know that. So I got to take it back. I got to eat. Should I do it now? Should I do the apology now, y'all? Okay, I'll do it. You know, it's not really it's hard for a Sag to apologize, right? And say that we were wrong, okay? But I was partially right. But let me keep a real apology. I apologize for saying the Orishas weren't real. I apologize because I was wrong. I apologize because I didn't know. So I am sorry for stating that they were fake. I'm surprised they even come and talk to me because I said a whole lot of crazy things, but I don't apologize for other things because a lot of people who said they were worshiping Orishas and doing stuff with Orishas, they weren't really in contact with Orishas because they didn't come from the bloodline. But I found out in real time that I called Marie. I totally have to eat crow. I said the term right. I have to eat crow, y'all. I had to find out that they're real, and they're so real that I'm even in shock. And you know, I'm in contact with all kinds of beings. I'm in shock, y'all. The things that have contacted me, y'all, it's a bloodline thing, y'all. It is. And that's why, you know, some of these $5 Indians and all these people who say they're Native Americans, they're liars. Because the ancestors, I knew that they're not contacting them because they're not part of the bloodline. They paid for the bloodline. They paid the $5 to take on the lineage and to have some of the perks of the indigenous, but they're not indigenous. That's why they don't get any intel from the ancestors. That's why they aren't able to ever get any new information. Remember how I told you that in Brazil, how come none of the Orishas warn people? But guess what? I gotta criticize myself, y'all. I had an idiot moment. I said that, but the one person that I'm close to, Clariana, she didn't get the ba. And the Orishas wouldn't let her get it. But everybody in the house of Orishas got it. And they were on her because she didn't get it. And she didn't get it. The Orishas wouldn't let her do it. And she's the most integrity ridden. She doesn't do drugs. She doesn't smoke. And I didn't. Like sometimes hindsight is 2020. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting after myself. So let me apologize, everybody. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful, and I did not know, and I was wrong. And now that I know better, I'll say better and do better and acknowledge better. So I apologize about the Orishas. I didn't know. And it was so ridiculous because I should have. But because I was seeing so many people that weren't connected to the bloodlines, who were placating like the $5 Indians, going around going woo, 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 like they were Indians, I just felt a certain way. So I apologize. I should have had better discernment. So if you ever felt a certain way about me saying that, I'm sorry if I ever made you feel a way. Okay? I said I would, yeah. I've had some contact lately and it's crazy. I'm kind of like, I didn't know. I didn't know. When I went to Salvador, remember I told you that I went to Salvador. Big up to everyone who's been to Salvador, Brazil. I was staying outside, like it was an island about 4 hours of Salvador. So finally I went to Salvador one day. And anyone who's been to Salvador knows that the Orishas are on the waterways. Like they have them on the lakes. Like you'll see each of the Orisha, like Oshun, you'll see Yamiya, but they'll be on the lake. Like in full statue. I haven't ever seen that before. And I remember seeing it because we were leaving the Bauza, which is the boat. I had to take a ferry boat, like 4 hours. It's more of a ferry boat, but it's called a Bauza. So I had to take the Bauza across to the to inside Salvador. It was on a holiday weekend. So I went in, and I remember the first thing I saw was the Orishas on the water. And oh my gosh, they were so beautiful. Like, you know, when you see places where there's amazing images of things that are connected to melanated people, specifically from the Americas. I know it's from Africa, the origins, but which Africa? Okay, so remember that. There's a couple Africas. Africa from the Americas. I think they're from Africa from the Americas. This is what I think. Because when I say, when you hear the historical context of where the Orishas came from, the stories about where the, you know, a lot of these religious the religious practices that utilize or have, you know, utilize the Orishas in those religious, you know, like practices, you know, you'll hear it's from Africa. But I'm starting to think, like, what part of Africa? Because when those Orishas are standing that beautiful in the waterways and you witness something like that, and it's so connected to the land mass you're on, because when I saw the Orishas, it felt connected to South America. It felt like that came from there. It felt so connected to the land that I was standing on that I couldn't see it coming from anywhere else. I really couldn't. And let me ask my African diaspora over in Africa, like Central Africa and West. Do you have Orishas that are standing and are built, that are built in Africa? I want to ask that question because I don't want to make the assumption, because I could be wrong. But do you have in West Africa? Do you have, and in Central Africa? Do you have images of the do you have images of the Orishas, like, standing out in statues? Can anyone tell me? Because I don't know. You know what I mean? Because when I see them all in the Americas, it's like they belong there always. Anybody? No? I don't know. I'm asking my African diaspora because you would more so know. There's so many countries. There's over 54 countries in Africa. It's a huge continent. I couldn't possibly say that I know because I don't. It has so many beautiful places. I don't know. In Nigeria, they do. Oh, in Nigeria, they do. Do they have the Orishas? How long? Okay. They are from West Africa, but don't believe you supposed to make images of them. Okay. The rest of Africa has different systems, statues and gods. No, I just asked specifically about the Orishas. Okay. I listened to okay. They have a village dedicated to Oshun. Ah, in West Africa. Okay, thank you, love. See, thank you, Aziza. Okay. Thank you for that. There are towns dedicated to Orishas in Africa. Okay, thank you, Deirdre. Oh, I love it. I love our African diaspora. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Okay. So they are from Africa. Nigeria has, according to our sisters, there are Nigerian and a couple other places in Africa, the different Orishas. Okay. There are a lot more. No, there's a lot. Oh, there's a lot. I learned in Brazil how many. Listen, I went to the house of the Orishas. I didn't know there was that many. There's so many. And remember I told you about the one that contacted me? Yeah. So there's a lot more Orishas than known. Okay, so I just wanted to give that out there. So I don't want to hold you guys too long. I just wanted to talk about the things turning on for you right now. We're about to need, that sounds crazy. We're about to go through a huge leveling of our consciousness. And it's because all of these things are coming together, the convergence, left and right, you know, Republican hits Democrat, which is crazy. You know, black and white, everything is hitting each other. Foreigners versus immigrants versus people there. Everything is coming together. The convergence is happening. Everything has to be, you have to be activated. The gladiators, the Olympians, the Olympics is telling you who you are. The Olympics is basically and who won the Olympics the most, y'all? Who won in the Olympics the most? Who has the #1 spot? It is those from the Americas, y'all. The Americas, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Americas took most of the medals, and that tells you who the Olympians are, y'all. That tells you who they are, okay? So I think it's time for everyone to accept it. Now, there are going to be things physiological that happen with your body. Remember when we talked about ascension symptoms? I don't believe in that. I think it's all a part of the cocoon, like you metamorphosizing because you're starting to become who you always were. And I will tell you this, because outside the firmament in my cryo state, I look a certain way. I personally think, and I can't say this because you know I have theories and I can't vet it out until we actually wake up out of the firmament, but as you start to get closer to reset and waking up outside the firmament, your body starts to become more of what you look out there than in here. So if some of you are lions, Lyrians, if you are lion beings and you have a lot of that reminiscing kind of lion kind of esque inside, you might start looking more like a lion. Like if you start, your mane starts growing out, your eyes start to get more slit. Like if you start, this is my personal theory, because it's a theory. Because if you wake up outside of the firmament and you wake up in your cryo state and you look differently, it would mess with your peace of mind, because you would have to, because then you have a whole nother form of acclimation. As soon as we are getting close to leaving this reality, this simulation, and we wake up in our dormant state, we're going to start to look more of like what we do out there. So I would say the more that you are in here, that's what I'm saying, be careful. And this also says this too. I got to say this, because there were beings that had both sexes that I saw. So there could be some layering effect of why that's happening too. Maybe that's happening because of the beings that are living outside that have both their hermaphrodites. So there could be something like that, because someone else also saw them when they woke up outside of the cryo state. So it makes me think that the hermaphrodites these are beings that do exist with us, some places that we live outside the firmament. So there could be some layer of that happening within here. But I personally have a theory that when we get closer to waking up, we're going to look like ourselves more there. So if your features start to change, and you wouldn't come so far apart from yourself here, you might come shorter or taller or skinnier or fatter. So you'll become more of what you look like out there. If you're younger there, if you're older there, you'll start to look more like that. So I know what I look like there. If you start to see Fleur Brun start to look like, Sigourney Weaver. I'm serious, because I'm more athletic in the cryo state. I'm more athletic. That's why I came here. When I projected myself and projected myself in this firmament, in this reality, I probably wanted to be busty and more voluptuous looking. I have a feeling, because I love the way I do love. I know people think that's weird, but I love the way I look, as far as like, you may not like the way I look, but I love like my robustness. And it's kind of like a struggle, because I know that that's not the norm here. So I know it's not normal to like your thickums, but I love the way I look. Like when I look this is a personal conversation, y'all. I do love the way I look, like without clothes. I love the way I look. So I know I chose this specific look. I know I did, because I love my skin. So I know I chose to look this way, because outside of here, I'm much more athletic looking. I don't have big boobies. I don't have any loft. I don't have any round thighs. I look very different outside of here. So this avatar that I chose, it's kind of like you almost choose the opposite, because it's like it may be an admiration thing. Like if you could be anything, you may choose to go out. Like let's say you could choose your avatar. You may choose something you ever see people play games and they pick like the most like, I've seen people who play games and they pick an avatar, they pick crazy hair, they pick like a reddish hair, spiked hair, like really busty, really not busty. Like, you ever see them? I personally think that we choose our character avatar here, and we progenerate ourselves in a bloodline that can bring that together. So I chose this look. So outside of this firmament, I look very athletic. I just look less voluptuous. I'm more like just like what a woman soldier would look like. Not so much a soldier, but I just look more plain. and so on. So that's my theory, y'all. I think as we get closer to leaving, if anyone's coming here and they're lion beings, that's why I think a lot of the lions are coming out right now. Do you notice that? Like a lot of people are looking like lions, y'all. Remember I did Brother Rich's show and we were talking about the Lyrians? I'm noticing a lot of people looking real feline-like. And also I'm noticing women looking like very aquatic, like their skin looks aquatic. They look really like water-like beings. So I'm personally thinking whatever you are outside of here, you're going to start to look more as we get closer. So that's that activation. That's the gladiator. That's you becoming like the Olympian. So however you show, this is my theory. That's my theory. I don't know if it's right. So I don't want to bank on it because it's just, I just thought about it. I was like, as we get closer, we're going to look more of like what we look like. Because if we woke up out of this simulation, it would cause too many problems if we look too far apart. So we got to merge with the being we are outside of here. That's why that last scene, when Atreyu looked at himself in the mirror, he saw the little boy from the book, The Never Ending Story. Yes, so the Never Ending Story, remember that? He looked at himself and he saw the little boy, and that was him. So it's kind of like that. Okay, so 2 movies to watch, y'all. 2 movies to watch. The Never Ending Story. If you've not seen it, I know our younger demographics. Listen, I know you think our movies are corny, but it's just the content. Just watch the content because it's relative. The Never Ending Story, I told you the Dark Crystal 50 million times. You got to watch this, the Dark Crystal. I can't tell you enough. You have to watch the regular show and then the series, okay? And then our new one that I'm going to ask you to watch is Cocoon, because the Cocoon talks about, I don't want to tell you, it's a good show though, and you can watch it. I think if you little ones, I watched it when I was young. I really enjoyed it. So the Cocoon. So those are some good movies, and also Supercell, because Supercell goes into the activation of you turning into your galactic avatar, like your super being person, like the person you really are. That's what I'm saying. As we go into the theater, the main theater, or the what is it called, the Coliseum, we are going to bring our best game. That's our finale. So we're going into the Coliseum now. The avatar has to go into supercell mode, where you turn into the gladiator, you turn into your Olympian version. That's what I'm saying. That's the final exam. That's your finale. So you're going to start to shift into that. Allow your body to go through the process. Stop fighting it. It is part of you regenerating, turning, switching, and everything turning on to supercell you. So I think it's amazing. I'm excited. This is the finale, y'all. We're really there. And I mean, some of you have finals. Some of you already took your finals. It's going to be amazing. Some of you are going to watch others take their finals. So I think this is a masterful time. Start to make sure you give your body all that it needs for this finale. It's going to be the best video game ever. We're getting clues. We do this all the time on Zoom. Woo, I tell you, we stay up. I stay up. The way that we stay up on Zoom is insane, but it's like it's necessary. It's kind of like, you know, when you get a study group for the finale and you get a whole group of people that meet up at the house and they all study, like, okay, this is the exam. Okay, we're going to get this question, and you kind of work with each other. It's kind of like how Zoom is working now. Okay. So, all right, y'all. So I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry. Again, I apologize. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not apologizing for YouTube. I'm not going to apologize for YouTube taking my videos down. At this point, you'll see when you see it. I did upload the part that they asked me to review is real bootleg. I got to upload it to my Patreon. I'll do it. Why they took it down, I don't know what prompted them to take it down, because I said so many things in my video. I can't pinpoint it, but I really think it's because you're not supposed to use, I'm not telling you to use vanilla extract, pure extract to deter mosquitoes. I'm not telling you that. I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it was other things I said. Okay. There was so many things in that video, and I have to review it with the Zombies to figure it out, because they took it down less than 30 minutes after I made it. So I have no clue. Sometimes it could be one thing. It could be everything. Okay, so I hope it was helpful. I hope it was helpful, and I look forward to the finale, y'all. And the shenanigans are coming. What we got? Less than 60 days to the election, y'all. Woo! We got Mr. Kamala coming out of left field. You got Trump burning the towers of terror. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The duality is playing itself in full form, y'all. I am a non-participant in the Hell Games. I'm a non-participant in the Walking Dead, the Hunger Games, the Purge. I'm a non-participant, but I am all up for the shenanigans to witness and watch and relish in the absurdity of the Matrix Final Fantasy episode. Oh, it is going to be hilarious, y'all. I mean, listen, I don't know what we're going to see. We're going to see false flags all over the place. Listen, you're going to see the Russians and Chinese jumping out of the sky. They don't even have to jump out of the sky, okay? It's going to be crazy, okay? I hope you're ready for the finale. You signed up for this video game. Do you think you're going to be okay? It's going to be crazy. Just reject anything that they offer, y'all. Anything that they offer, just say, I rebuke and I reject that offer. Because anything that they offer is literally going to put you in the metaverse, deeper into the simulation for reset. You're going to wonder why you back out of reset. Like, gosh darn it, why am I recycled? I thought I was going to jump at. You better stay away from the light. You better say no to soda pop. Oh, it's gonna be the Fast and Furious. We got a whole bunch of movies. It's gonna be the Fast and Furious. It's gonna be the Purge. It's gonna be the Hunger Games. The was the Handmaid's Tale. What? Holy cow! Oh, it's gonna be amazing. I'm just saying. I hope everybody's ready. Okay. Yeah. Just Mad Max. I'm looking at 60 days, y'all, into the shenanigans. I got 1 foot out, 1 foot in. I don't know. It doesn't matter because we're all in the same, separation is an illusion. So even when I leave to go into another country, really, if we're in a simulation and we're in a cryo state, our beds are all around each other. So we think we're separated, we really aren't. Okay? So I just suggest you just say no to any coercion. Okay? It's going to be crazy. 28 days. You got all the movies. 28 days. A Little Shop of Horrors. Little shop of terror, little shop. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Yeah. I just, like I say, I wish you well. And like I said in the last live, everybody that you love, tell them you love. Remember, there isn't any, listen, if you're in a simulation and the beings around you are real, you already know, I have a theory. I don't even think it's a theory. I actually think it's real. I think majority of people here are fake. I think they're artificial intelligence simulated people. I think the majority of people you meet on a daily basis, that's why when you go into a store, there's nobody there, and like a Sims game, the alarm goes off and all the Sims start showing up to give the illusion of like space being filled by people. Okay? I think that's just it. I think the simulated people are being terminated. I think a lot of simulated people are going to be terminated. That's why they have all these machines and everything set up for you to check out your own groceries and so on, because the simulated people are going to be like, they're going to do an exodus, okay? And it could be maybe the simulated people leave because maybe that sun simulator, the timer goes off and it gets rid of half the population or gets rid of them. So it could be why they're setting up so that you think that they naturally leave. And I remember at the end of every cycle, before reset, they give you the illusion that there is a mass death of people through war or pandemic. And that's not the case. That's all a game. That's just to give you an excuse of why so many people leave, and that you put that in the history book that it happened because of war. No, it's because we're living in a simulation. It's reset time. That all these simulated people got to go. And if my theory is correct that the majority of people here that we're coexisting with are simulations anyway, is there any such thing as a true exodus? Are they truly going to die? Or is it just a matter of them playing a game with a fake war and pandemic so that is the case? Okay? You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy. So I'm excited. And now they're going after, you heard they already arrested the guy, the CEO of Telegram, right? For those who were on Telegram, they coming after Telegram too. It's gonna be crazy. So, YouTube is already infiltrated. Oh, you heard about Mr. Zuckerberg, the Robotoid himself. You know, the Robotoid, there's two Robotoids that are obvious Robotoids. It's my opinion. Mark Zuckerberg apologized because he was coerced, he said, by the government to put all of these regulations on FB. Did you hear that, y'all? Do you smell BS in the air or not? Do you smell the lies and mass destruction? And then some of you think that Elon Musk is a real character and you watched him with Trump. If you don't know anything about robotoids and syntheticas and you know, these machines, they have, the way that they speak is patterned. I don't know if you get a chance to watch Elon Musk and you watch him with the interview with Trump, but you're going to see, I personally, it's my opinion, anything that speaks in 6 seconds intervals is a machine. Hello, everybody. I'm here to say, and as I go on to do my way, and if we want to talk about anything to do, he was talking in 6 second intervals, y'all. Y'all, just listen. Okay, you could call me crazy, right? Okay, you could call me crazy. He looks like Data, just like Mark Zuckerberg does. He got the Data complexion. That's not a loner. That's a Data complexion. You know Data from Star Trek? You know the entity from Aliens with Sigourney Weaver, that complexion? That is a Robotoid complexion. That is white/tan paint 21. Like it probably has a buy-in. It probably has a label on the color. Yo, listen, he's in a second. Okay, I'm going to talk to you. And as I say this to you all the time, and as I'm going around the day, you know, like he's talking, y'all, please, let me know if, come on, please, tell me if you think he's a Robotoid. Tell me if he does. The 6 second intervals, if you are a natural being, you could hear it. There is nobody, he doesn't even move his eyes. And then the brown version, I told you they got a brown version and a white version of everything. They got a black version and a white version, all these characters. Just like the characters online that are the fake whistleblowers that are Agent Smiths of the simulation, they've got these characters. He's a character. Elon Musk has the other one, the brown one. I won't say his name because he gets all in his feelings because he's a Robotoid. But they look alike. He was wearing sunglasses all the time. He talks in intervals. He don't have any expression. That's the brown Data. He got the brown colors. They probably have the numbers on it, brown / blue. No, he got brown / gold. I'm not gonna say his name. Y'all already know who I'm talking about. They got the brown one and they got the white one. Oh my god. They're Robotoids, y'all. Oh, and they people don't know. That you cannot tell me. I've been on the block. I'm in contact. I know a Robotoid when I see, and it's a black and white version. So they got you both. They got the checkerboard, y'all. The Masons are out of control. The satanic cabal, they out of control. They created the white one and the black one, y'all. Woo, they got a trap for everybody. They got a trap for everybody. Oh, their eyes have no expression. Right, Babette? Babette wants to say something. Babette, do you want to tell them how you feel? Tell them how you feel. Do you feel that they're Robotoids? Yeah? Do you feel like that one, the other one's a Robotoid too? Can you tell everybody how you feel? Yeah? I think Babette agrees, y'all. I think she agrees. And this is the problem, y'all. You can't even tell. That's how I know. That's how I know who's got real consciousness. Because if you can't see that the two of them are representing the same frequency, like how come they have access to that many resources? And one is trying to input artificial intelligence because he is artificial intelligence, and the other one got satellites going in orbit. Oh, they got a Robotoid for everybody, y'all. Holy cow. Don't get me started. I don't want to be messy. I'm already getting messy on here. You already know what I'm talking about. They got Robotoids all online. And they're beta testing everybody to see how gullible, how permissible it is to place these beings in front of you and to see if you notice it. Okay? Oh, it's duality at its best. I'm telling you, for every lunar, there's a melanated person online doing the same thing. That's how you know they're most likely created by artificial intelligence. I didn't say it. That's that checkerboard. Don't play with it. That's that checkerboard. Black and white. It's very interesting. Very interesting. All right, y'all. I'm going to let you go. I was being a little messy at the end. Just take a look. I could be mentally ill. You know, according to YouTube, what they call me? They said I'm a terrorist online. What they call me? They said I'm spewing dangerous information online. But you got whole platforms monetized talking about worse than anything I say. You got to ask yourself the question, who allows these beings to be placed on public platforms unvetted, unwavered? Like one of them, he looks like he's sitting on a prison wall. Like I don't know if you can do videos in prison. Someone said you can. He looks like he's doing it from either a military base or a prison wall. He's sitting in front of a white wall, disseminating information with monotone. It looks like he's been beat up by the AI. I don't know. I think he's a military plant. I think two of them, the black version and the white, I'm using the right terms because whenever they're not us, I only say nice versions of lunar people and melanated people when I like you. When there's something that's off and I think is artificial, I'll call you black and white because that's really the paste color that they use in their palette of colors for artificial. Okay? They got the white version and the black version online. Sitting in front of a wall, looks like a prison wall, looks like he's been beat up. Long nails. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I don't know if you can make videos from prison. I don't know if you can. Sit in front of a white wall, disseminating information with monotone. That doesn't sound like a real being, or it sounds like they're coming out of like some sort of like military installation and they're just told to talk monotone. So there's no no elevation of sound or devaluation of sound so they get it inside of your subconscious. I'm sorry. I'm a little messy. All right, y'all. Let me go before I cause YouTube to take down this video. I suggest you upload the video. I can't help it if they take it down. It is what it is. At this point, it's the shenanigans are on. It's a video game. I look forward to see you players. If you're gonna join us, you can always join us on Zoom. I think we'll be on tomorrow night. The Zoomies, are you guys still on? Like I said, it was a forever Zoom. This is the last day, so if you want a support system, we're up all night talking shenanigans, 24 hours a day, almost 7 days a week on Zoom. We're getting ready for the shenanigans. So if you want to come and join us, listen, we're real people though. If you like artificial intelligence, then you don't want to come with us. I'm sure they like to come and document what we talk about. But if you up for the shenanigans, you want to talk to people that are real, some of the most amazing people are on there. And we're basically breaking spells and we're getting pieces of the puzzle, which is even better. So you can always join us. We'll be there tomorrow. And then Sunday, we'll be there probably all weekend. So anyway, all right, y'all. Thank you for joining my live. And I shall see you. And hopefully this video, I don't know if it'll stay up. We'll see if it stays up. They took down the last one. I would upload it if you want. I don't know. Let me know. There's no Zoom link. You have to go through the Patreon thing. We just do Zoom. That's not, you guys don't have to join that. They're on Patreon. We're on there from, I don't invite everyone. If you come there, you can come and join the ladies and everything and the gentlemen. But we're on every Thursday, and then Thursday lasts until Saturday, and then we're on Sunday. It usually lasts until Tuesday or Wednesday. So you can join us if you want. You don't have to because you'll get me here every once in a while. But if you want to talk all night about the things that most other online, because they're restricting so much of what we say, you can come and join us. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. Cheers. I will see you in the other part of our video game. Let's see how it goes. We got 60 something days. It's gonna be off the chain. All right. I hope you guys get upgraded to gladiator or to your what do you call it, Olympian avatar, because you're gonna need to pretty soon. All right. Peace, everybody. Peace. Oh, I can never know how to. I think I'm here. Peace, YouTube. Can you? I never know when I come on right away. I kind of see it. Oh, there we go. Peace, YouTube. This is Fleur Brun coming to you today with new topics of discussion. Check on it. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Okay. I'll wait until a few minutes. I know I do impromptu videos. And I have videos coming up on Rumble. So if you want to go to the Rumble, go over Rumble. It took me a while to upload. I remember, y'all, I'm not that. I have more hands up likes than I have people that are showing up. Peace, everybody. Peace. Peace to the east, the west, the north, to the south. This is Fleur Road. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Cheryl. Peace, peace, peace. Check on in. I had some time. Look, I have more likes in the video than I have people showing up. Yo, YouTube is a hater. Yo, YouTube is, big up to YouTube for really pressing their foot on this channel. Am I really that diabolical, YouTube? My God. I work with the NPCs. Oh, just, make sure you got some Florida water and spray those suckers. Check on in. Hey, Yafi. Shalom. Hey, everybody. Check on in. I'll wait a while. I'm going to do a Q&A because there's a lot of people. I don't know if someone shared my channel. A lot of times, let me say this. I love y'all because you've been with me. For a lot of you, you've been with me since I was on here in like 2011 and 12 or 13 or 14. Some of you have been with me for a while, so you know me already. But there are people like writing me questions, so I'm going to do a Q&A before I start the topic, if that's okay. There are people who have questions. And again, I don't know if they're coming from another channel. You guys can tell me. I don't know if someone shared. Sometimes what happens is that people will share my videos to other platforms that may have not known I'm here. Who's to say? Radiation Wizards in the house. What's good? We're talking about radiation wheat. It's right in alignment, so check on it. So I'll do the Q&A first, if that's okay with you guys. Please put a handy dandy like on a video if you like the topic today. Like I said, I made videos for Rumble. It takes me a while because I'm not used to the platform. Going live is a lot different on there. So I know there's a lot of people who came and have supported me on Rumble. I love that. And it's not because I don't want to do Rumble videos. It's because I'm not, you already know, I'm trying to be more proficient technologically. Hey, AJ. So just be patient with me because I'm a little more seasoned. Someone told me I was lying. So I'm going to answer questions first. I'm going to do a Q&A first, and then we'll get into the diabolical topic. Okay? If that's okay. People have wrote down questions, and I'm going to answer some. So if this is if someone can do a timestamp to when I start the topic of radiation wheat and water, which I'm going to get into. It's going to be very interesting. Just put the timestamp when I start that topic. I'm going to do Q&A first, okay? Because I don't know why there's so many people asking certain questions. I've just been on a long time. So maybe they just came to me in this sector, okay? So first question, hold on. First question is, are you a reptilian? Am I a reptilian? Let me state this. I am absolutely no, let me say this. I personally acknowledge that I probably have a lot of reptilian qualities and some DNA, like a lot of people in here. Probably less than most. That's answering that question. I don't want to go too far into it because I have a lot of questions that people ask me. Okay, so someone asked me about being an Andromedan and how is that connected to the extraterrestrial groups. So Babette's trying to get on a bed as we speak. So as I've talked about it, I've been a contactee from the Andromedans, which is basically kin to the Anunnaki of the Nibirians. Remember, I've told you that Nibiru is a Babette, hold on. I gotta get Babette up here. Okay, Babette's happy. Babette always has to shine. Okay. I've been a contactee of Andromedans since a little girl, since the beginning. They are kin to what you consider to be Niburians. Niburians are a multitude of different species on a ship. Nibiru, you like to say it's Planet X. Some of you call it the Anunnaki homeworld. Needless to say, I've been in contact with them for a while. So many of you know that I talk about the Anunnaki, the Niburians. It's, Anunnaki is like a very generic term, and Niburians, but I am in contact specifically who has seeded me from the Andromedans. And that is, I know that, I think Alex Collier also says he is a contactee of Andromedans as well, but he is in contact with Andromedans that he perceives to be bald blue beings. So my Andromedans are women, different hues of women from light tan to dark brown. They have usually dreadlocks or twists in their hair. They come originally from a version of Earth, another version of Earth originally, and they left. And they have, they still have a connection to the ant beings. So I know that you see the Hopi also have a connection to the ant beings, which are a form of insectoid. So I'll just answer that. That's it. Fleur Brun, are you an agent? Are you an agent working for the dark ops government? They asked me if I'm working for the dark op or government. I'm assuming they mean government. I absolutely in zero way have ever been connected to any governmental officials, any governmental organization. I am not paid. I haven't ever been paid by any government to ever speak. So that is to answer that question. Absolutely zero. I have zero connection to any governmental. There isn't any governmental officials paying for me. I haven't ever been a part of any government, whether it's dark ops, CIA, FBI, zero. Okay. So I know a lot of people come on and say, how does she know all this information? Well, if you knew me for a while, like some of the others did, you already know I've been on in this neck of the woods for a long time, and I'm a contactee. So that's where I get a lot of my connection and information, is because I've been zested by the others. I have a lot of awareness that's beyond what normal people maybe have access to. Are you part of a cult, or do you have some sort of, what is it? Wait, they said, are you part of a cult, or did you start a digital cult? Absolutely zero. I haven't ever had a cult or group connected to a cult. I do have a group on Zoom, and I've had another group on FB for a while, which is the Cypher group. I think this started with a young lady years ago who was talking about that I was part of a digital group because she was upset that I wasn't promoting her and that I wasn't allowing her to feed or parasite off of my group financially. So what happens a lot of times, y'all, when people are upset, 90% of the people online who may have an issue with me, who I call the haters, these are people who have been removed from groups from being diabolical, being racist, being nasty, or just basically trying to use my platform or my group to try to leverage their themselves. So a lot of times you'll hear people make things up. I haven't ever had a cult. There isn't anybody who's culting with me. You know what I mean? Everybody is. I have a lot of moms, though, and a lot of women who've been connected to me over the year because I'm a mother. So, before a lot of this on separate platforms, you'll see me on mommy's groups. I'm connected to a lot of different ET kind of, UFO groups. So absolutely zero. If anyone's told me I'm part of the group, they're just upset because they didn't get shine and they weren't being leveraged. They weren't able to leverage off me. If you try to use me or try to do something with me or try to benefit from my groups, I won't allow you. And I'm Sagittarius and I'm 3. I will just ghost you. And people are mentally not really prepared to be ghosted by somebody that they've been used to being around and parasiting off of. So that's it. So that's that question. Fleur Brun, do you have a partner? A partner, mate, or okay, so they're asking if I have a partner or mate. And wait, the question, they also asked another question. If I have a partner or mate, and am I gay? Am I gay? as many of you know, I am a proponent of loving and enjoying the company of males. um, Organic males, males that were born males. So absolutely, I have a lot of sea stars that are actually, that follow me, that sleep with other females that are, that are gay. So I think that may be why they asked me that. I think women are beautiful, but I love being with males, and that is my part. That is my number one mating propensity. I don't call myself heterosexual because I think that's stupid. I like being with males. I like healthy males, and that's my mating expression. Okay. I know, stop. Yeah, I don't know why they think that. I think because I talk about males and I definitely talk about things like that, but it isn't that I have an issue of being with males. I just, I speak about things that are relative in my life. Okay. Um, that's it. And do I have a mate? That's really no one's concern. I do like someone specifically, so you can know that. I have a fondness of one specific person at this point, so that's all you need to know. Okay, so the next question is, um, why am I speaking about, I wrote these down. Why am I speaking about the Anunnaki if they're negative? Why am I speaking? They said something, okay, so this question I think was posed to me because there are a lot of people who feel the Anunnaki are negative. Um, uh, they have a negative information regarding the Anunnaki, so they feel like, why am I connected to beings that are nefarious? Everyone knows what they know. I've been part of this sector for a long time. I think a lot of times the Anunnaki have gotten a bad rap, the Nigerians, based on the propaganda of governmental officials who utilize, and other dark ops, Satanists and so on. They tend to throw that out there to make people really confused, and also to paint a negative picture of those who have a lot of connection to us genetically. So it makes sense that you will hear a lot of people talk negatively about it. Could also be that they aren't part of that particular sector. Planet X is a planetoid with many different beings, but they may not have a connection to them. So in their mind, it's negative. So I can't say that they're wrong or right, but it is what it is. Okay, so I have a great connection to the Nigerians. I come and I've been on that starship, and a lot of the beings on there, we have a unified connection to the different groups and species that run it. It's kind of like Star Trek or Star Wars, where you have multiple beings working on one accord on one ship. So that's just what I do. Okay.